Watching the world burn, watching the world burn. May 26th, 2026. Man, I've been wanting to get out and make a hiking video, but every day it says it's going to rain, then it doesn't rain, then it does rain. I wish I could be a weatherman. I think I could, can you imagine being right maybe 40% of the time and keeping your job? I always want to get the upfront stuff. Number one, Memorial Day just came and passed. My hat's off to all the dead Marines that I served with. They were all poisoned by the drinking water at Camp Lejeune. They're all dead, every single one of them. I don't know why I'm still alive. And then, of course, the people I served with in the Army, they're all dead. And then, of course, the people I served with in the Air Force over in Iraq, they're all dead. So I guess I'm kind of like the last survivor here. It's kind of weird. But I always try to help you out up front. This is the Max Brisa. I bought it from YouTube. Doesn't work worth a shit. I will never, ever buy anything off of YouTube ever again. YouTube does not seem to have any filter for their products whatsoever. I give Amazon credit. I mean, Amazon, you know, as much as I hate supporting the enemy, the corporate giant, the satanic corporation known as Amazon, but I tell you what, you can always return it at Amazon. It's easy to do. You can just print the UPS label and take it to the UPS shop. And then most of the time, the products, very few have not worked the way that they've been advertised. But this is the second product I bought off of YouTube. I bought some drones that were advertised, and they didn't work worth a crap. And now this didn't work worth a crap. So anyway, let's get into the video. Before we do, I want to introduce you to, this is another reason I haven't made a video or a hiking video in a while. Number one, I've been working on the house. I actually got the courage to get up on the roof and blow the gutters out. Whew, what a terrifying experience for an old 62-year-old crippled old man with a broken neck. But I got it done. I'm still getting bugs in the house, but they're coming down. But I wanted to, let's just get into the video. Oh yeah, wanted to talk about the burn report. The burn report. By the way, hit the like button and subscribe. Always forget to say that. The burn report on YouTube. That's my new channel. Much as I hate AI, I worked with AI. The Florida Man News Network. This will be the last video I post on the Florida Man News Network. Florida MNN channel on YouTube. It's going to come down eventually. Right now, I'm still working all the videos from Florida Man News Network up onto the Burn Report. So now I am the Burn channel on Rumble. I am the Burn channel on BitChute. And I am the Burn Report on YouTube. So that's pretty easy to remember, right? I mean, the burn, the burn, the burn. All right, so we got to talk about the news because it looks, man, I tell you what, I've been wanting to make this video for a while, and this will be kind of a long video. I apologize. Wasn't that video great up front? Boy, I tell you, Israel owns the United States, don't they? It's Israel first, America second. I don't even know what to say about that. That was the Beware of AIPAC Bearing Gifts video. So danger is close. You may lose your country soon. I'd say the country's already lost. We're owned by Israel. And of course, the Christian Zionists, they're all for that, and they want to see the total destruction of the world. We got another video. Let's get this one in. So China just delivered a massive, and you haven't heard anything about this in the news, and that's why I wanted to include this up front, 75,000-ton aid package to Cuba. And if you didn't know, Russia ran the blockade, and they delivered some oil to Cuba. Of course, Trump is threatening that he's going to invade Cuba. I guess we'll see where that goes. So 15,000 tons of rice unloaded at the port. And then, of course, fraternity and solidarity. Let's watch that video. right, so let's get into the next. This is actually I'm trying to get the fun stuff up front. So this is another Lego video. If you didn't know, there was a shooter outside the White House. Trump was never in any freaking danger whatsoever. I mean, the gunman was crazy, tried to run the blockade, and the Secret Service took him out. So who cares? I mean, it was kind of like if you want to commit suicide, I guess that's a good way to go. You want to make a statement. And I guess that's what this gunman obviously wanted to do. But so let's just read the post. It says, "Timing feels crazy. A new Lego toon trolls the White House, shooting an Israel deal on the table. Shots fired outside the White House. 30 rounds in the night. Press going live. Go to the lyrics of the new Lego video released on the heels of the gunman's attack, as Trump indicated that an Iran peace deal was largely negotiated. The rap song slams the timing of the shooting." Let's watch that video.
Yeah. Shots at the White House. Shots at the White House. Shots fired outside. 30 rounds in the night. Press going live. White House lockdown time. Something is cooking. You can feel it in the air. Netanyahu pulling strings. He wants this war, I swear. Reporters standing there doing their evening live. Suddenly shots ringed out. Everybody died. Secret Service rushing, panic on the lawn. Trump inside the building while the chaos is on. White House on lockdown. Counting snipers on the roof. Whole world watching. What the fuck is the truth? Timing feels crazy, but Iran on the brink. BB, what's the war? That's what everybody thinks. Drums of war beating. We hear them loud and clear. We do not want war, but the choice ain't ours, my dear. Shots fired outside. 30 rounds in the night. Press going live. White House lockdown time. Sacred defense watching while you play your game. Iran ready. We ain't going down in flames. Sacred defense. We see the strains. We waiting. Sacred defense.
All right, so I thought that was fun. Now, if you didn't know, Massie was defeated. The Israel lobby spent, $30 million or something like that. Maybe it wasn't all Israeli dollars. It was a mix. But boy, I tell you, and Trump, all the guns came out against Massie. So he was defeated in his primary. But I thought this was a cute video from Massie. Let's watch this. I'll read it to you. Massie, there's a growing number of people on the right who have a form of TDS called Trump disappointment syndrome. Boy, is that statement correct, huh? Do you have Trump disappointment syndrome? I certainly do. I supported that son of a bitch. Oh my God, I can't believe that I did. He fooled us all. And of course, all these songs are going up on the Burn Report on YouTube. If you want to listen to them, Trump fooled us all. It's up there. And I just put up Hormuz Horizon, the remix, up on the Burn Report. So I'm slowly but surely getting my videos up there. It takes a lot of time, it's not just putting up the video. Then you got to make the images, and you got to post on X, and you got to advertise, and and then of course you got to back everything up. I think what's going to happen to the party this fall is that they're disenfranchised a large portion of the constituency that Trump assembled. Woo! Imagine that. Are you voting Republican? I mean, I'm not voting Democrat, but I ain't voting Republican either. Third party all the way, or no vote at all. Let's watch that video.
Least you also broke with President Trump on other key issues, voting against the so-called Big Beautiful Bill. You're opposed to the Iran war, as you just stated. Congressman Massie, was it all worth it?
It was absolutely worth it for me. Now, I don't think it's going to be worth it for the party. Look, the left, some people on the left have Trump derangement syndrome. They call it TDS. But there's a growing number of people on the right who have a form of TDS called Trump disappointment syndrome. And I think what's going to happen to the party this fall is they've disenfranchised a large portion of that constituency that Trump assembled to get us in the White House, in the Senate majority, and in the House House majority. They've alienated MAHA by kowtowing to the pesticide manufacturers and the pharmaceutical manufacturers. They've alienated the fiscal hawks by running Doge out of town. They've alienated the people who don't want to fight another war for other countries. And so I'm worried that in November this is going to cost the party a lot. But for me, it was completely worth it. And I've got 7 more months to keep going against the grain, which means voting for principles and for people over party.
Let me ask.
All right, so there you go. There you go. And then this was a cute one. Well, not cute. If you didn't know, we just struck a school in Russia, and the Russians are infuriated. And they just hit a Kiev with, well, it actually was a city outside of Kiev. I can't remember the name of it, with an Oreshnik. And then, of course, they hit Kiev. But the Russians, you know, they always do it according to international law. And they warned all the Westerners, you better leave Kiev right now because we're getting ready to blow the shit out of it. And they certainly did. Oh, my God. If you want to get up on X, you can watch those videos. It would look like nuclear explosions going off in Kiev. I tell you what, I wouldn't want to be living in Kiev anytime. And I bet no Western diplomats or government officials are going to be visiting Kiev anytime soon because the Russian people have had enough. But this was Che Bowles. If you're not familiar with Che Bowles, I think he's from England and or Great Britain, I guess I should say. And he's living in Russia right now. And he went, because if you didn't know, Russia invited all the Western media outlets, CBS, NBC, you know, ABC. Of course, they're not going to cover it. CNN, Fox News, nobody went. But Che Bowles went to the site, and he made a video about what took place and the damage. Pretty depressing that the American people go along with this. It seems like we have no soul in this country anymore. The military I served in doesn't exist anymore. That's all I got to say as an old man. But let's watch that video.
What makes it more disturbing is the fact that this is a place of learning. Look, this is what they said was a military target. This is what the Latvians say is a military target. This is a military target. Kids studying. Where's the military equipment? Where's the weapons? Where's the uniforms? Where's anything? Look, military target, they said. Look, a teacher training school. No military target here. It's a complete fucking lie. What you see is something that you notice is the blast that takes the windows out. The percussion of the blast, you know? So anybody could be standing there to be injured by that glass, you know? Look, every window is the same. It's the same percussion as the explosion rips the glass out. And glass like that traveling, some blood here, at such speed. And here's the shop next door that was blown up as well. Jesus Christ, that's fucking unbelievable. Oh my God, I haven't seen destruction like this. Like, these are an educational facility, look. Scientific awards for academic achievement, physical education. Oh, absolutely unbelievable. Look at the damage to the windows, buckled. Wow, the force of the blast was so powerful. Look, an old door that was bricked up had actually shifted out because of the huge blast. Look, an old bricked up door. So I'm making my way along one of the corridors here. Oh, it's very eerie. Oh my God. It's actually critical that if this had happened in the school day, when people had been in here, there would have been so many more people killed. Oh, look at this. Wow. So the whole side of the building, which would have been a corridor, has disappeared. It's just surreal. You can see here, the kids in the dormitory have little pictures on the wall, look. So many people died right here. This is the part where so many people were lost. Because the 1, 2, 3, 4 floors basically collapsed down and crushed so many people. Wow. So this was part of that. You can see the chairs, look. All the floors collapsed. It's hard to relay the scale of the damage and what was done. Wow.
All right, so that's Che Bowles. And then, of course, if you didn't know, the Iranians have developed a new PGSA, the Persian Gulf, something authority. I think that's what it's called. So 36 tankers and counting are crossing the Straits of Hormuz daily. They pay the toll booth and sign a bunch of documents, and then they are safely guided in a phased manner. No one is complaining. And on top of it all, Iran medical and food support for the crew, as well as transit insurance. So we just attacked Iran again. I guess one of the gunboats that was supposedly laying more mines in the Straits of Hormuz. Go watch my Hormuz Horizon, the song. I mean, I tell you, it's a great song. And so that situation, which is what we're going to get into here in just a minute, we may have to make this into 2 videos because it's going to get long. And then, of course, we got Dissident Media presents the Massie Blowback, a grassroots movement. Let's watch that video.
Fuck you. War. For 14 years, those SOBs in Washington tried to buy my vote. They couldn't buy it. They decided to buy the seat. And it got real expensive for them. What was God's purpose? What is he showing us tonight? We're just getting started. I like that. Didn't mean to do this. It started out as an election and it turned into a movement. I mean, we stirred up something. There is a yearning in this country for somebody who will vote for principles over party. And they saw the influencers here. They panicked. They sent the Secretary of War here, and you stopped the war for a day. No more wars. No more wars. They said you should eat bugs. Do you want to eat bugs? They said you'll own nothing and be happy about it. You want to do that? Well, guess what happened? We took out the CEO of the World Economic Forum with a 2-page bill. Today is the 6-month anniversary of the Epstein Files Transparency Act. We've taken out 24 CEOs, an ambassador, a prince, a prime minister, a minister of culture, and that was just 6 months. I got 7 months left in Congress. They're talking about this big ballroom they're going to build, and it looks like the Roman Empire. I see a few analogies there. We weren't really running against Ed Galron. We weren't running against Donald Trump. We were running for what we believe in. We got to take care of America first. You are patriots, and you will inherit this country, and you will make it better. And I am hopeful because of that. We need to bring this country together. What happens in 2028? Oh, you want me to run for Congress again? All right, well, you made a compelling argument.
I believe very sincerely that the CIA is correct when they teach and talk about blowback.
All right. By the way, I always forget. Let's before I get into the rest of the story here, I'm on X at that cybersecurity, that cybersec guy, not cybersecurity, that cybersec guy. I used to have a cybersecurity business. That's why I've never changed the channel. Watching the world burn, and then on YouTube at that cybersecurity guy, and then I'm the Burn channel on Rumble, the Burn Report channel on YouTube, the Burn channel on BitChute, and that, well, actually, I'm that cybersec guy on BitChute. So let's get into the video, because this is the main story that I wanted to talk about, because it looks like we're going back to war with Iran.
Were heard in the border city of Bandar Abbas. That's home to a key Iranian naval and air base along the Strait. Iranian state media also reporting explosions in other cities as well. The attacks coming as intense discussions are underway tonight to end the war in Iran, but a deal is not in place. Iran's top security official declaring tonight, quote, "There will be no retreat." And there's this from President Trump.
These incredible men and women gave their lives to ensure that the world's #1 state sponsor of terror will never have a nuclear weapon. Oh, and they won't.
And I wanted to hit you with all the implications of that. Maybe we'll just get through 1 or 2 pages. This was all the open source information that I could gather. Some U.S. facilities in the military east, primarily under CENTCOM, CENTCOM, remain unusable or partially operational as of May 2026. But many major land-based installations sustained significant damage during the Iran affair. Let me get my glasses. Sometimes you don't think of everything beforehand. All right, so there we go. Oh man, I can see better now. Operation Epic Fury, which should be Epstein Fury, and are degraded or in repair status. Iran launched extensive retaliatory drone and missile strikes, plus some manned aircraft on U.S. and allied facilities across the Gulf region, forcing U.S.-Israeli strikes on Iran. This caused billions in estimated damage, roughly 800 million to over 500 billion reported across other assessments, hitting runways, hangars, warehouses, radar, SATCOM, command centers, barracks, and other infrastructure. Many bases were pre-evacuated or of non-essential personnel, leading to remote hybrid operations, dispersal to hotels, officers, or shifts to sea-based and less vulnerable sites. If you didn't know, Iran actually tracked a lot of those military personnel to those hotels, and then they hit the hotels. 13 dead, and what? I don't even know how many casualties has been reported. Bullshit. I got some swampland here in Florida that I want to sell you anytime you want. Satellite imagery and reports describe some as all but inhabitable or heavily degraded in the short term. with repairs expected to take significant time and resources. Naval forces at sea in certain air operations from carriers or less damaged sites continue effectively. Holding a pattern exists amid ceasefires and negotiations with questions about long-term basing posture. Yeah, where are you going to base that, United States? Seems like I think Saudi Arabia doesn't want you there. Maybe the UAE, I guess they want you there. Qatar, I mean, they've suffered major damage. I don't think Qatar is going to let you put your troops there. What about Kuwait? That's where I was based during the 2003 war. I wonder if Kuwait is going to allow American bases in there. Key facilities and current status. Major ones. Here are the prominent examples on recent reporting. So, like I said, this is all open source. I have no contacts. Everybody I know is dead. I'm not like Larry Johnson or Scott Ritter or any of these people that actually talk to people. Nobody contacts me, which is fine. I like it that way. Al Udeid, Al Udeid Air Base, Qatar, largest U.S. facility in the region and forward HQ for CENTCOM Air Forces Central, houses 10,000 troops normally. Key for Air Ops Command and Logistics, targeted and damaged. Hangars, infrastructure, but runways and some ops continue from surviving areas. Partially unstable, major repairs needed. So, we're going to go to war with Iran again? Well, what the F? Let's do it, man. Let's just completely destroy the United States in the Middle East. Let's sink some ships, man. We need a lot of dead sailors. And maybe the American people might get pissed off when, 5,000 sailors go down on an aircraft carrier. I don't know. Seems like the American people are indifferent to anything going on around the world, including the inflation, including what's taking place to their kids. The American people, especially the boomers. I tell you what, I have no respect for a boomer. I can't even go to the VFW or the American Legion and be around these people. I just can't stand them. I can't stand them. And nor can you even talk about these things with them. Oh, sorry, I got off on a tangent. Naval support activity, Bahrain, NSA Bahrain. Fifth Fleet HQ hosts 8,300 personnel, critical for naval ops in the Persian Gulf, Red Sea, etc. Heavily damaged. Headquarters, warehouses, SATCOM, barracks, ships largely sorted out of pre-strikes, unable for limited naval command, but degraded from full basing. Kuwait bases. This is, of course, close to my heart because that's where I was. Camp ARIFJAN. I never even heard of that. I wasn't there. Camp Bahrain, Al Salam Air Base, and this is where I was. Ahmed Al Jabar. Largest troop concentration, 13,500. Of course, during the 2003 war, we were packed from one end of that base to the other. Logistics, staging hubs, multiple strikes, damage to warehouses, runways, radar, and even a rare enemy fixed wing hit at Camp Bahrain. Degraded, uninhabitable parts, operations dispersed. The Al Dhafra Air Base, UAE, key intel recon hub, targeted and damaged, partially operational but limited. Woo. Prince Sultan Air Base, Saudi Arabia, air ops support struck with repeated casualties, degraded. Okay, Trump, you want to keep going to war? Let's go to war, baby. Let's just keep going at it, baby. Oh, Emperor Trump, evil Trump, pedophile Trump, child raping Trump. Let's just keep at it, baby. Let's just keep going. Let's just keep going and going and going. Let's kill every American. God dang it. Let's get some fucking nukes in the air. Let's get them bringing down on the United States. I can't wait to see it all end. Woo, I'm an old man. Oh, I feel sorry for the kids. Jordan, the MUWAFFAQ, Salti Air Base, received reinforcements, F-16s, less directly hit or more defensible, more usable for air ops. Yeah, we might be able to get some stuff out of there. Iraq, Syria, Al-Assad, Erbil, Al-Taf, and forward sites. Smaller counter ISIS focused. Some strikes reported operational but vulnerable and often temporarily forward. Other, Israel, temporary uses F-22s at Avda, variable. Naval assets, carriers like the Abraham Lincoln, Gerald R. Ford, Gerald H.W. Bush, strike groups, destroyers, LSS, amphibious strips in the region, Gulf area, Sea Red remain highly usable and were central to operations. These provide mobile power projection, less vulnerable to land strikes. Sorry, some of these notes are a little bit aged. The Ford is not there anymore. If you didn't know, the toilet's backed up and it's now in port getting repaired. And they were at sea for, 11 months? I feel sorry for them, those sailors. I wonder how many of those sailors are going to re-enlist, especially under the Trump administration. Trump don't give a shit about you, me, the military. All he cares about is making money. Every post he does, somebody in the Trump administration goes out and bets on the stock market and makes a ton of money. I tell you what, most corrupt. I mean, I never thought we'd get worse than the Biden administration. Not in a million years. All right, so let's keep going. Air fighters, F-16, F-15E, the F-16, F-22, F-35 tankers, ISR recon, drones, bombers from AFAR, air defense, Patriots, THAAD, naval carrier air wings, surface combatants, mine countermeasures, Marines, ARG, MEU logistics, ground logistics, troop staging, supply hubs, special ops, command, CENTCOM, forward elements. Just trying to give you the list of assets that we've got in place. We are ready. We're locked and loaded, baby. Let's just annihilate Iran. In fact, let's just blow up the whole freaking Middle East. Let's blow up the United States. And by the way, while we're at it, let's go north and continue the war with Russia, which, by the way, it looks like Russia's going to be attacking Europe here soon. So we'll see where that goes. Post-damage emphasis shifted to sea-based ops, dispersed air, and resilient sites, Jordan carriers. Total U.S. personnel in the broader region was 40,000, 50,000 pre-escalation, which surged during the buildup. Overall, land bases are unusable to varying degrees for limited ops, but face repair timelines, strategic revelation, potential shifts away from the Gulf proximity to Iran. Naval and air mobility remains strong. The situation is fluid amid diplomacy check. Official CENTCOM sources for the latest. Information draws from public reporting. Exact classification status is not fully detailed. If you didn't know, Tulsi Gabbard resigned. Good for her. She said it was because her husband had bone cancer. If that's true, my hearts and prayers go out to her. I imagine it was because she just can't support this bullshit no more. You know, I mean, I know the American people will just go along. The American sheep is like what I like to call them. They'll just go along with this. But yeah. Let's keep at it. And by the way, if you didn't know, it's getting really. I mean, have you ever been to the Middle East? I have. I tell you what, it's getting hot. I mean, hot, damn hot, hotter than a freaking what's the saying? You know, hotter than a something toast. Anyway, If you don't have air conditioning and electricity, if we attack, Israel attacks the electrical infrastructure of Iran, and then Iran takes out the electrical infrastructure of the Gulf states, they're uninhabitable. Those people either die or move, and they're going to starve to death anyway because we got no fertilizer. If you didn't know, 70% of the farms in the United States are going out of business. Oh, I hope you're stocking up. I've been telling you that for a while. The 2026 Iran conflict, Operation Epstein Fury, significantly disrupted the United States military logistics in the Middle East, damaging key infrastructure, straining supply chains, depleting munition stocks, and forcing operational adaptations like dispersal and greater reliance on naval sea-based sustainment. Damage to bases and logistics infrastructure. Let's get into that for just a minute. We were just in, a 60-day, how long did the war last? And we're getting ready to do it again. We just attacked them. We just blew up a boat. I think there was also a strike inside Iran, maybe by Israel. Who knows, man? I tell you what, Israel they want to commit suicide. Good for them. Let's erase Israel off the face of the map. That's all that I would love to see that. Iran, retaliatory strikes, missiles, drones, and some aircraft hit over a dozen major U.S. and allied facilities across Kuwait, Qatar, Bahrain, UAE, Saudi Arabia, and others. Satellite imagery and assessments documented damage to at least 228 structures or pieces of equipment at 15 sites, including warehouses, fuel depots, and storage, critical for supplies, ammunition, and POL, petroleum, oils, and lubricants. Examples include multiple warehouses at Camp Afran, Arifjan. Never heard of it before. Yeah, Trump, let's keep up the war, baby. Let's keep going. Oh, the American people love war. Oh, let's wait till it comes home, baby. You know what we got left in our inventory? Very little, and we're going to be expending it again at Camp Bahrain, Kuwait. Fuel shortage at Al Dhafra, UAE, and facilities at AI, Odeid, Qatar, and Fifth Fleet, Bahrain. Runways, hangars, maintenance sheds, and aircraft damaged, deranged, or degraded airlift and refueling capabilities. Multiple K-135 tankers and E-3 AWACS damaged and destroyed at Prince Sultan, Saudi Arabia. If you didn't know, the K-135 is needed to refuel the aircraft. Right now, our fleet is sitting, 200 miles off of the shore of Iran. In order for those F-35s to get in and bomb Iran, we need these K-135s to refuel them because they don't have the distance in their tank. We'll see. Trump, psychopathic Trump, satanic Trump. Let's keep going, baby, Trump. Oh, yeah, let's keep it going. Command, comms, radar, SATCOM, hinder coordination and tracking. Initial damage estimates reached $800 million in the first 2 weeks, with total infrastructure repair costs projected at $5 billion, including contingencies for regional disruptions. Many bases became all but uninhabitable, in parts forcing non-essential personnel to disperse to hotels and offices, shifting operations to more distant and sea-based assets. This directly impaired forward logistics hubs for troop staging, resupply, and maintenance, especially in Kuwait. Largest troop concentration in Qatar, CENTCOM Air Hub. Munitions and sustainment depletion. High-tempo operations rapidly consume stocks. Thousands of munitions expended, including 1,000 Tomahawks, over 1,200 Patriots, ATCOMs, precision strike missiles, and THAAD interceptors. This left inventory is critically low, complicating contingency plans everywhere, Indo-Pacific, and requiring urgent production ramps and relocations from other commands. Air refueling and mobility assets faced extra strain from longer sorties and damaged tankers. If you didn't know, we moved everything out of South Korea. We moved everything out of Japan. We gave it all to Israel. It's Israel first, baby. If you don't hug an Israel, be sure and hug a Zionist. Hug a Zionist. Oh my God. We got to hug a Zionist. That's just the way we got to go. Everything, all of our military. Who gives a shit about the United States? We don't need any missiles to defend the United States. We got to defend Israel, baby. That's where we got to go. We got to go to Israel. All right, border, supply chain and operational impacts. Maritime disruptions, Iran threats, attacks, and U.S. responses, including a later blockade, affect the Strait of Hormuz and the Red Sea, complicating sea lift and commercial resupply. U.S. forces shifted to more distant basing in the Indian Ocean. That's what I was talking about. We're way the hell away from Iran, Oh, boy. Increasing transit times and reliance on military sea lift and command machine for fuel, food, and ammo. I wanted to just jump in right here. I don't think the American people understand the logistics. See, when you're Russia and you're fighting a war, which, by the way, I guess I'll tell you what, they're going to nuke freaking. When I say nuke, they're going to blow the hell out of Ukraine. That war has shifted. They're no longer doing a special military operation. This is going to get, with the killing of those college students, which I showed you in probably the previous video, because we're getting up to 2 videos at this point. No way they don't escalate at this point. I'm going to be surprised if the world survives. Well, of course, the American people don't give a shit. They're just sheep walking around. Yeah, Trump, go get him, Trump. Mark Levin, Ben Shapiro, Laura Loomer. Yeah, let's get them. Let's get them. Let's get them. Yeah. Oh, General Keane. All the people that are making money. What are you going to do about making money when your freaking house and everything else is a cinder burning on the ground with the rest of the United States? I don't know. Doesn't make sense to me. So, maritime disruptions. Iran threats, attacks, and U.S. responses, including a later blockade, affected the Strait of Hormuz and the Red Sea, complicating sea lift and commercial resupply. U.S. forces shifted to more distant basing. Maritime for full food and ammo. And I was talking about the logistics. See, we're trying to fight a war halfway around the world. If we were fighting a war against Canada, it'd be easy. If we were fighting a war against Mexico, which we should be doing against the drug cartels down in Mexico, but no, we don't give a shit about Americans dying from fentanyl. Well, we don't care about illegal aliens being in the country, But anyway, let's keep going. Air and ground logistics, damaged runways, ports, and regional airspace issues force rerouting, dispersal, and hybrid ops. Transcom adopted with AI data tools for planning and global disruptions. Now, it seems that everybody's reporting that AI is being used for targeting. That's insane. Maybe that's why that school at the previous video got blown up in Russia, because it was AI targeting. But if we're allowing that to happen, who the hell is in command of the military? We might as well just turn it over to, remember in the Terminator, Skynet? Let's just turn everything over to Skynet. Let's wipe out the entire human race with AI. I don't even know. Personnel and readiness, casualties, dozens killed, wounded, extended deployments, and maintenance backlogs, degraded readiness. Amphibious and carrier cycles faced delays. Oh, finally, we're on the last page. All right, let's finish it off. Adaptions and long-term effects. U.S. forces emphasized sea-based power projection. Carriers, destroyers dispersed, but challenges like overextended ARG MEUs and industrial-based constraints. Slow replenishment of complex systems persisted. Post-ceasefire, and this was as of April 2026. I can imagine what it's like now that we're coming up to June. Repairs and re-evaluation of basing posture continue amid fluid situation. Logistics have largely held through mobility and naval emphasis, but the conflict exposed vulnerabilities in forward infrastructure and stockpile debt for prolonged high-intensity fights. Exact classified details remain limited. In public sources, impacts continues evolving with repairs and diplomacy. That's all I was able to open source for you. Peace out. Stay free. And we'll get out and make a hiking video. I actually have an Outdoors with Kirk on Rumble video that I haven't posted yet. I've just been too busy either working around the house. Like you, I have to cook. I cooked a bunch of bacon yesterday. That's it. Do the best you can. Grow a garden. Make sure you got plenty of food. Stock up now. Inflation's coming. Trump wants to destroy the world. We are ruled by satanic, demonic pedophiles in the United States.